Hello students, I am here with another video from a new chapter of class 7th NCERT book, that is chapter number 16th, Water, a Precious Resource. Now before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that in this chapter which topics are to be covered. So the topics which are to be covered in this lesson are, what topics are to be covered? The first topic is that how much water, the availability of water. The first of all, I will introduce this chapter. Okay, introduction of this chapter. After that, we will see the availability of water. Availability of water. Then after seeing this, we have to see the forms of water. Okay, and then after that we will see for the different phenomena, that is the groundwater and its importance. The groundwater and its importance. Okay, what is its importance? We will check out. After that, we will study about the depletion of ground water. Okay, then after that, what we are going to study would be the reasons, and after that we will see about the distribution of water. Distribution of water. Okay, so these are the topics which are to be discussed in this chapter. Then after that, the last part, we will discuss about what is the role, why do the plants require water, plants and the relationship with water. Fine, and what are the agricultural techniques, what is the effect of water scarcity. Then last topic would be water scarcity. Fine, so these are the topics which are to be covered in this chapter, children. Now as per the introduction, I must say, for the introduction of this chapter, I think water, how much this is precious, everybody can understand. Just suppose that if you are feeling thirsty and you are not having the water in your water bottle when you come to school. For example, if you are there in the school already and you have the games, you had the games period, and then after that, what the very first requirement for you all is, after running to your class, what is it? It is the water bottle. Okay. Now, why this water bottle? You just quickly run and come to your class and you start searching your water bottles, and then you start drinking the water bottles. Okay, you start drinking the water from your bottle. Fine. Now, why this happens? You know that you are very thirsty, and for quenching your thirst, only the water is required by which you could quench your thirst. Okay, so how much important it is, you can easily understand if what happens if water supply is turned off, or sometimes if the water is not coming in your school or at your home or in the locality from where you are taking the water. Okay, so what happens? You feel just like you are there in the hell. Okay, so nothing else, the different, I think this is what the appropriate word is. It, you just feel very thirsty and there is not a drop of water to drink. Okay, now for example, if you take the way, or if you could think for this, that how important the water is. We cannot live without water, we cannot live without the oxygen. Similarly, we cannot survive without water. So it is a vital need of each and every living being, whether it is the animal, whether it is plant. For suppose that what happens if you don't water the plant for 1 or 2 days? If the water is not being given to the plants, then plants also die. So you can easily understand that how much important the water is. And the similar thing is explained in your book as the very first line of your book says, Jal hai to kal hai. Okay, so what does this mean? This means that if you have water, you can think of the future. After reading this chapter also, you will easily understand whether this line is this line is being proved or not. Okay, so the very first thing which is written in your book is that Jal hai to kal hai. Why this is written? Why this is written, children? And this is given in your inverted commas, because this water, we cannot think of future without water. Okay, so this is very important line. As you could see, this is Jal hai to kal hai. It means that if you have water, you can think of future. Now, this is so important. Why this has been written? Because water is such an important thing in your life. It is the vital substance. This is the vital resource which is to be present in each and every person's life. In each and every person's, I must say that it is present, it is there for, it is important for each and every living creature on this earth, whether it is the plant, animal, insect, bird. Okay, whosoever it is, water is the most important and the vital thing for that particular living creature. Okay, so after this line, after this slogan, we can see that how important this water is, and what all things are there in this lesson which are to be taken care of. Okay, so I'll just move on to the first topic of this chapter, that you perhaps are aware of 22nd March. Now, why this is so important? Is this your birthday? Some people might be born on this date also. Now, why this is so important? This date is so important because this is known as this is celebrated as World Water Day. Okay, please remember, this is celebrated as World Water Day, that is 22nd of March. So please understand this, the importance of this. To understand the importance of water in everybody's life, one day has been dedicated as a birthday of this water. Okay, so that is on 22nd of March. Okay, so this is known to be as the World Water Day. Fine. Now here, a school celebrated Water Day and invited the posters from the children of your age group. Fine, even you could also make the poster on the World Water Day, or you could easily make how important the water is for showing the importance of water, or anything which is related to water you could depict in your posters, and you can color it beautifully. But don't cheat from your book. Whatever is being given in your book, that should not be drawn. Just search off from you should draw from your own imagination. You can make a poster regarding this World Water Day or how important this water is. Okay, after that we move on to the next point, that is some of the posters are presented on the World Water Day, which is being shown here in figure number 16.1, which is given in your book. Okay, you can easily see those 4-5 pictures are being given, and you could also make such small and beautiful posters and stick it in your copy, and even you could send me in my mail. Okay, next is what is the message you get from these posters? Write your observations in the notebook and discuss them in the class. So what information are you getting from these posters? You can easily see that if there is no water, there is no future. So so much so important this water is. Okay, for example, if you are not getting water for just one day, you are not able to survive properly. Okay, you feel you'll just run here and there in the search of water. Okay, Then, have you ever felt the shortage of water at your home and your school? Okay, very, very frequently we always feel this scarcity at your homes as well as in the schools. Why? Because we waste water at home as well as in the school. So if we are wasting this water, how can we get the water at the proper time? So we should all recognize the importance of water, children, and we should not waste even a single drop of water. Okay, I'll just continue this chapter and I'll tell you how to stop the shortage of this water and how to stop misusing the resource, such a precious resource. Now, children, why this is said to be as resource? Why the word resource has been used here with the word water? So that is the most important point, which is written here in the form of the heading, which is easily being discussed, that why this is said to be as the resource. Now, why a thing? When a thing becomes resource, a resource means it is the storage, it is the storehouse somewhere where the large amount of resource means it is a large amount of natural things which are present and they are satisfying the human wants. Okay, so this is known as said to be as a resource. So air, water, soil, vegetation, trees, plants, animals, all these are the natural resources. So water is also one of the important natural resource. So this water also is a resource. Okay, so this is also a resource. Why? This is occurring naturally. This is occurring naturally. Fine. This is naturally occurring. Now, children, please understand that this naturally occurring resource is there, or resource is naturally occurring substance. So this is going to quench, this is going to satisfy the human needs. Okay, we know nothing could replace water on this earth, that to fresh water. Fine, I'll just discuss all these points when we proceed in this chapter. Your parents and your teachers must often be advising you not to waste water. Yes, of course, I also advise every time that don't waste water and keep the taps closed. When you sometimes leave and run off to your classes, I simply stop you all in the school. Also, you might have seen, some people might have seen, even they might have got my scoldings for not closing the tap in the school. Fine, but don't don't take it to your heart, but that is for your good manners. These good manners you should learn, that we should not waste these natural resources. Why, children? Because this is such a precious resource. If one day the water is not coming at your home, see the condition of your home, people, those who are living there, and suppose that if water is not coming, there are certain places in India where every day water is not coming. So just think of the condition of those people, those who are not receiving the water, that is such a precious resource. They are not receiving it every day. Okay, so we should not waste water. Fine. So I think everybody can understand this message, and that is why we are reading this chapter also, and we should all understand the importance even. And please try to check the wastage of water in your homes from today onwards. If you have not done it, please do it, because you are there at your homes 24/7 nowadays, because there is no school, there is no games to play, there is no playground. Why? Because we are being locked in our homes. So we are just fully spending our time with our parents, we are spending our time with our siblings. Okay, so just don't fight and with them, and please try to see what is there, what is happening in your home, and please understand not to waste water, and please stop the people of your home also if they are wasting water. Okay, don't just switch on the tap or on the tap and just leave it like that running. So please check all these things, and I'll tell you some more ways to check how to stop the wastage of water. Okay, children, so I'll move on to the next point, which is given over here. No wonder when we celebrate Water Day every year to attract the attention of everybody towards the importance of conserving water. Okay, so we are why we are celebrating the Water Day, and when is the birthday of this water? It is on 22nd of March. So 22nd of March is celebrated as World Water Day for recognizing the for gaining the attention of the people, that how important the water is and how to conserve this and why to conserve this. Okay, the amount of water recommended by United Nations for drinking, washing, cooking and maintaining proper hygiene is a minimum of 50 liters per person per day. Okay, so what is the minimum requirement of the water is 50 liters per person per day. With how much the United Nations has recommended the water as for drinking, cooking and washing, it is 50 liters of water per person. Per person means one person, per person per day. Per day means in one day by one person. Minimum how much liter one person could spend? It is 50 liters of water that could be spent by one person in one day. Okay, can you think, are we using this only 50%? No, I think people are wasting at least 250 liters per day. And if you count the buckets which are present at your homes, approximately each and every bucket, some people might be having a big bucket, so please count the number of liters you are wasting daily. Okay, so in one day one person has to use minimum 50 liters, that is the requirement which is being told by this United Nation. Okay, now next is that the amount is about 2.5 buckets of water per person per day. Is your family getting at least this much of water? Okay, if yes, then you should consider yourself fortunate, because why this is being said, if you are getting 1.5 bucket water daily per person or every person in your home according to them, so it means that it is said to be as you are the fortunate people. Why it is said to be as the fortunate people? Because some people are so unfortunate that they are not even getting these minimum 50 liters of water per person per day even. Okay, so in total they might be having only 50 liters of water if 5 people are there in their homes or 6 people are there in their homes. Okay children, so please be careful. If you are having this 50 liters of water according to the number of people in your homes, then you are fortunate enough. Fine. Next thing is that if yes, you should be considered yourself fortunate, because millions of people in our country are not getting enough water. We are not getting enough water even. That's what I told you right now, that there are certain people in our country who are not receiving this minimum requirement of water of 1.5 buckets daily. Just think the situation. The people cannot drink water properly, they cannot cook their food properly because there is scarcity of water. Just forget about taking bath or just to wash your clothes or utensils. Okay, so how are they going to survive? So it becomes very difficult for those people, those who are not having water to drink. Okay, so if you are getting all these, you should always you should always take care of the wastage of water. Should not be there. You should always take care of these natural resources. Okay, now what about the friends and the families? If they are getting, share your experience with them. In some places there is an acute shortage of water. Taps are running dry. Long queues for water, fights, marches and protests for demand of water have become the common sight, especially during summers. Okay, so we all have also felt the same thing when water is not coming during summers. In winters or in rainy season we get enough of water. Okay, but the shortage happens only when the summer comes. Why? Because outside the sun's heat is means the days are so hot that the water which is present is dried up very quickly, whether it is present in the ponds, whether it is present in the lakes. The rivers get shrinked. Then what happens? The river shrinks. After that The water also from the wells gets evaporated, from the ponds gets evaporated. Even if you keep the water stored somewhere, it is also evaporated from there because of the heat of the atmosphere, the heat of the sun. Okay, so this is very difficult for the people to survive in such critical conditions, such the harsh conditions of the atmosphere, okay, of the seasons, like summer season. Next is that in some places, okay, so these are the problems that people fight with each other for getting the water during morning or whenever. Even if you might have not been faced these problems, at least you might have seen these problems in the televisions, in the serials or in the movies. Okay, so where people are standing in a long queue, they are standing in a long line where they're keeping their buckets and they're just waiting for their turn to come to fill the water. Okay, and sometimes if the people are not allowing to fill the water, they start fighting, they start abusing each other, or they start snatching the water. Or sometimes what happens, if there is no water in the tap, from somewhere the stored water is coming, then also fight happens. Okay, so this is because of the condition why they are not having water. Okay, so the condition is so critical that they cannot receive water properly, and that is why all these things happens. Okay, next thing, it is said that some of these newspaper clippings are shown in figure 16.3, clearly indicating the message. If not true, then you could then we should face the shortage of water. Okay, so the queue of water could be it is drawn there in your book. You could see, open your books and you could see, and it is given as figure number 16.2, long queue of water. Now next thing is, there some clippings are also there as 16.3 in the newspapers. Newspaper clippings are also given where shortage of water is being justified by the news. Okay, next thing is that collect the clippings of the first activity, that is 16.1, the activity number 16.1. what is it? I'll just discuss this once. So this activity says, collect the clippings from the newspapers and magazines on the news items, articles and the pictures related to the water shortage. Paste them in your scrapbook and share it with your friends. List some of the problems faced by the people and discuss them in the class. Okay, so you could collect some paper clippings, you could collect some paper these cuttings and magazines clippings, so that, and you could paste it in your copy, at least 2 or 3, at least 5 pictures. You could paste pictures, clippings, articles related with the shortage of water. It comes daily because now summer days are there and water shortage is present at each and every place. You could even write down a short note on that. Okay, water shortage has become a matter of concern throughout the world. It is estimated that in few years from now, what would happen from few years from now, more than 1/3 of people in the world would face water scarcity. Such the horrible condition is going to come. If we are wasting the water in the same speed, then what would happen? This has been said that water shortage has become a matter of concern throughout the world. This is estimated that a few years from now, 1/3, just imagine, 1/3 people on the earth, on the world, in this world, they are going to face the problem of water scarcity. So what would be the problem? What would be the next problem of the people? That would be for the water. So 1/3 of the people from the world or in the world will not receive water. Okay, so I think the next condition could arise for the next war could be because of for water only. Okay, because this is one of the most precious resource and we are wasting it like that every day. Okay, if we are wasting it, it means that we are not going to get water in the next few years from now. Before we discuss why water is getting scarce, we must know how much water is available for the use on our planet. Now, the next thing is said to be as the earth. If we consider our planet, we live on earth. Okay, we are living on earth, so earth is our planet, beautiful planet earth. Okay children, so what is the you could say that what is the other name of this earth? What is the other name of this planet Earth? Okay, that is most commonly known as the blue planet. Okay, it is known as the blue planet. Now, why this is said to be as the blue planet, children? Please tell me. And if you would see the globe, then you would easily understand then why it is said to be as blue planet. So, which color you could see on the globe when you are able looking at the globe? The blue color is more in that globe, okay? Or if you are going to see the map of India, or you could see the map of the world, not in India, so you would see that blue color is the most spread color over that globe. Now, why this appears to be blue? Because the portion where blue part is there, blue color is being shown, this is the part of the earth which is being covered with water. Now, if so much part is covered with water, then is it usable, or we can use this water or not? The next question exactly arises in our mind is that if so much water is present on the globe, then why there is a shortage of water? Okay, so why there is a shortage of water? We will find the answer for this question. We will read this paragraph and we will just find out the answer for this question. If so much water is present on the globe, if so much water is present on the earth, then why there is shortage of water? Now, which type of water we are drinking? Just think, we are drinking only the fresh water. We are not drinking the water from the sea. And at most of the places, this blue color is because of the seas and the oceans. Okay, they are the seas and the oceans. So, what kind of water is present in this sea and the ocean? The salt water or the marine water is present. So, is this usable? Please tell me, is this usable? The answer would be a big no. This is not usable. Why? Because this is having salt in it, and the salt water is not at all useful for the drinking purpose. Now, how much water is available? Again, the question comes in our mind. If the sea water is not available for drinking, then which means how much amount of water is present which is used for this drinking purpose? And that is why the shortage is there. Okay, so I'll make you all understand what is given in this next paragraph, which is how much water is available. Look at the picture of this earth taken from the space. Why does this appear blue? Surely you can guess. Yes, now you can guess that this is because of this blue color which is present because of the water bodies which are present on the earth's surface. Now, you are aware about that 71% of water, so this 71% of water, 71% of the land or the earth's surface is covered with water. So, this 71% of the earth's surface is covered with water. It is covered with water. Okay, so this is very much important. This is a fact that water is present, and that is why this water is present. And but this 71% of water, we are not able to, this is not this water is not useful for drinking purpose. This is not used for drinking purpose. Why? Because all this water is having the salt in it, or they are marine in nature. Fine. So, the salt water is not easily drinkable. So, now the condition remains same. Whether it is 71% of water is there, yes, however, the 71% of water is present on the earth's surface, but this is not being utilized for drinking purpose. Fine, you are aware now. Almost all the water on the earth is contained in the seas and the oceans, rivers, lakes, ice caps, as groundwater and the atmospheric water. So, what are the forms of water? Let us see. Let us find out. So, earth contains 71% of water. So, what are the sources of water, children? What are the sources of water? Sources of water. It is present in the form of sea, ocean. It is in the rivers. okay, then it is present in the groundwater, fine, in the form of ice caps, okay. Now there could be pond, there could be wells, all these are the places where, all these are the places, or atmospheric, even atmospheric water is also there in the atmosphere, okay. Now these are the forms, these are the sources of water which are, because of which the water is available on the earth's surface, children, fine. Now most of the water is not fit for the human consumption. We cannot drink water from the sea, okay, we cannot drink water from the ocean. Next, river we can drink the water from groundwater, ice caps also we cannot drink, atmospheric also water also cannot be, we cannot use for drinking purpose, okay. So we can see that we are left only with the river as well as in the groundwater. Even this river water is also not available for drinking purpose. We are not going towards the river or daily to fetch the 2 or 3 buckets of water. We are just dependent upon this groundwater, which is present in a very limited amount, okay children. So I have discussed the first topic of this chapter, which was the introduction to this chapter, and also the second part that is based upon the sources of water and why Earth is said to be as a blue planet. This question has been discussed today in details, okay children. I'll continue with the same in the next video. So that's all for today's video. I will meet you all in the next video with the next topic to be discussed. Till now, please check there is no wastage of water at your homes. So thank you for watching the video, children.